Oop, pop over. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mhm. Thank you for coming in this morning, for joining me on our journey through Proverbs. We are finally in the last verse of chapter 11. Took us a long time to get through 11. Actually, look at how many days we went through. A lot of days we went through just to get to number 11. So, we're on day 65. Thank you for joining me. It is cold this morning. I did turn on the heater. Um, it's cold. Wonder what it's going to be like when it starts getting warm again. Will I be wearing a hood? I have no idea. We'll see. But morning times usually it's just a cold mess. Even just trying to wake up in the morning. But for those of you who like to do their devotions in the morning, thank you for joining me. If you're joining me in another time, uh, good on you also. This is being recorded or on YouTube. So whatever the case, thank you for joining in. Here we go. Proverbs 11:31 ESV. If the righteous is repaid on earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? Okay, let's go ahead and do our highlights. We're talking about the righteous, we're talking about the wicked and the sinner. The righteous is repaid on earth. How much more? I'm going to give this, it's a little bit different. The way this is worded is pretty interesting. If the righteous is repaid on earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? Um, it's talking about like judgment and consequence and things that happen to you as a result of the way you are. And repaid on earth means that you are receiving discipline or correction or um, for the things you have done, good or bad. And the righteous is not removed from hardship or struggles. And it's kind of interesting because when the righteous receives punishment or consequence or something like that, it has something to do with realigning your life to the proper order of the way God wants you to be. So, the way I see it in my mind, if something happens, I bad, like I injure myself, which happens a lot because I'm getting older. Like I injured myself when I was younger, but the injury actually is not like a sprained ankle where you're just sprained ankle and then oh my gosh, you get a little ice on it, and then like a day later you're kind of fine, right? That's the younger me. The older me is like I get injured, it's like a MCL twisting my knee kind of thing, and then I'm on crutches for about a week or a month. Um, my biggest medical concern is gout, and so when gout is, flared up, and that's if I'm eating, like, shellfish or bacon or something, whatever, and not supposed because 'cause I'm not supposed to eat that stuff. Shellfish, bacon, I think alcohol, a lot of red meat, and stuff like that. It has high purine content that goes into my system, and what happens, it collects in my joints, and it's usually collecting in my left leg, ankle area. And so it's almost like I have a sprained ankle, but I didn't do any physical about it. It's just reaction of chemicals in my body of things I've eaten. So they say that gout is the rich man's disease. Is that what they call it? Anyways, get rich full foods is what they kind of think. Anyways, when I eat the stuff that I'm not supposed to eat, um, obviously there is a consequence. And the consequence is I get gout. Okay. And the food's good. I enjoy pork and I love ramen. Ramen is one of the biggest things I love. So I can't have like pork ramen anymore. So I go for like the chicken or vegetable ramen. Um, but even as a righteous person, I would consider myself a righteous person. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not. I I have in no ways am I a perfect person. So, but I consider myself a righteous person that I'm trying to seek what is right. I'm following Jesus. I think I'm doing right in this world and following God, following Jesus, trying to love others and Him, um, discipling, doing all that. But even so, I don't do everything right. I'm not perfect. Um, and I'm older too. So I guess I could be someone who is wise, as in when the Bible talks about young men, you should listen to the words of the wise or something like that. I don't know if that's an actual verse, but it sounds like it would be. I would be that wise person because I'm older. Because there's a lot of people younger than me, but there's a lot of people older than me. But that doesn't matter. There's young people out there that needs advice and needs wise counsel. I would be one of those wise counsel. But even then, I will receive consequences and for the things that I've done. That's just the way it is. How much more a wicked and a sinner would do that too. So when I receive consequences is because I am being corrected and need to realign myself. When a wicked and sinner do that, it's usually consequences related to loss of relationship, um, loss of respect, loss of um, because remember, when a righteous one does things, they're doing things for the purpose of lifting up others, following Jesus, trying to find the right way to go, while the wicked person is seeking selfish gain, um, being deceitful, lying, and being destructive. And so, whatever they do, destruction will come to them in the end. While a righteous person would be at the end of it all, it's for their own sanctification and growth. See the difference? Hmm. It doesn't feel good when a righteous person something bad happens to a righteous person, but they take it in a different light as opposed to a wicked person who would take it as like woe is me. Would literally fire and brimstones would be coming down and stuff like that. And so basically what the Proverbs is saying here is that there's a difference in the way in which um, consequences are given to you. This is only one verse. It's a little bit. It is kind of deep for one verse, but again, just knowing that as a person who's trying their best to be wise, trying their best to follow Jesus, trying their best to live a good life and do good for others and encourage others, they're not removed from hardships of this world. Okay, that's basically it. And so we must continue to do our best and look at hardships as a means to an end. In the end is your growth and your sanctification and your close close image of what God. I'm using these hands kind of like we're right here. This is God's image of you, and this is you. You're slowly getting closer to that image that God has envisioned for you in a little bit of heaven. And so continue on, my brother and sisters, that you do not lose hope, even in hardships. God has, I want to say God has a purpose and a plan, which is, feels like just a saying. But I do feel like there is a reason for things. And even if it's a hard time, you just have to do the best that you can because you're not going to live a perfect life. Things are not always going to go well with you. Um, you'll get injured, you'll get hurt, you'll lose a job. Um, you could lose relationships. but we cannot control what other people do, but we can control how we respond to what happens to us, because things will happen. It's can't control that. Anyways, hope you learned something this morning. Thank you for joining in, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.